A man is standing in his boss's office, trying to explain something impossible. He says one bomb destroyed an entire city. His boss tells him that is physically absurd. No single bomb does that. He is still arguing when the window turns white. This is the second one, 3 days after the first, and he is standing in both. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, 29 years old, a marine engineer who designs oil tankers for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. He lives in Nagasaki with his wife Hisako and their infant son. In the summer of 1945, he is sent to Hiroshima on business. The trip lasts 3 months. On the 6th of August, it ends. He is going home. That morning, he walks toward the train station, and then he stops because he has forgotten something, his personal seal, the stamp Japanese workers use instead of a signature. It is back at the office. He turns around and walks back for it. Remember that. He turned around for a stamp. On the way, he notices a plane in the sky, an American B-29. He watches it drop something. 2 small parachutes open. 8:15 in the morning. He is under 3 kilometers from the center. The flash comes first. Then the sound is gone. He is thrown into a potato field. When he gets up, he cannot see, he cannot hear. His upper body is badly burned. The sight comes back slowly. What he sees is a city that is no longer there. He spends the night in an air raid shelter. The next morning, he goes looking for a train, and somehow the railway is still running. He finds 2 colleagues who also survived. 290 kilometers wrapped in bandages on a train. He reaches Nagasaki. His wife and son are alive. A former classmate, now a doctor, treats his burns. And then, on the 9th of August, he does something almost unbelievable. He goes back to work. His supervisor asks him to explain what happened in Hiroshima. Yamaguchi describes it as best he can. 1 bomb, 1 flash. The entire city. His supervisor tells him he must be out of his mind. How could 1 bomb do that to a city? It isn't possible. Yamaguchi is still standing there, still trying to explain. 11:02 in the morning. The window turns white again. He later said he thought the mushroom cloud had followed him from Hiroshima. The bandages on his face are torn away by the blast. He is again under 3 kilometers from the center. He again survives. So do his wife and his son. They spend the following week in a shelter near the ruins of their house. On the 15th, the war ends. He has been inside 2 atomic explosions in 72 hours. Then comes the part almost nobody knows. For most of his life, he says almost nothing about it. He works as a translator for the American occupation. Later, as a teacher, he is deaf in one ear. He has cataracts. The burns never stop hurting. In 1957, Japan recognizes him as a survivor of Nagasaki. Only Nagasaki. Hiroshima is not on the paper. He does not argue. He says he is relatively healthy and lets it go. Then, in old age, something changes. His son dies of cancer. His wife is ill from the same cause. And he starts talking. He writes a memoir. He appears in a documentary. At 90, he speaks at the United Nations and asks for the weapons to be abolished. He petitions his own government over and over for one thing, not money. The paper does not increase his compensation at all. He wants Hiroshima written next to Nagasaki on the record. In March 2009, they finally do it. Around 165 people are believed to have lived through both bombings. He is the only one the state ever wrote down. He died 10 months later at 93. He said the reason he pushed for the paperwork was simple, so that it would still be on the record after he was gone. A man walked back for a stamp, and it put him under the first bomb. He went home to his family, and it put him under the second. And he spent the rest of his life making sure someone wrote it down. If this was worth 3 minutes of your time, subscribing takes 1 second.